What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one of these reaction videos. We are going to be doing a reaction to GOATA because I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but we earlier in the day filmed with Ricky Stanzi because Ricky and I have Iowa football connection, and Ricky is down the GOATA rabbit hole, and I know nothing about it. I quite frankly don't agree with or believe in any of it, but we are going to take what he said and we're going to listen to one of these movement things. So right here, inside ankle bone high versus inside ankle bone low route running is what we're gonna watch. I got the music on, or I got the video for that on mute. We're gonna skip the, okay, actually no, we gotta turn it on.
You're gonna run a dig. What's the digs count? What's the yards?
Who is this guy?
Do they change it, or is everybody? Right.
So first of all, this guy looks like he's out of breath, setting up the cones and setting up the plates, but...
Right, it's depending upon what play. So what happens is, what they're doing is they're trying to get another receiver into another part of the field and have you into the part of the field where somebody's got to make a decision.
What does this have to do with GOATA? But okay, sure. That's flooding the concept of a field.
Right? So if they tell you that dig route's going to be 5 and in, okay, and you set up 5 and in, this is 5 yards. Now, what they teach...
First of all, he didn't even measure 5 yards. He just said it's 5 yards, but okay.
On the release is they teaching this, if you're being pressed or whatever, but I'm seeing it now where these guys ain't even getting pressed. And they've done that so much that they doing this to take off all the time.
Okay, where's your proof for that? How do you know that's what they're doing? Because if they're not getting pressed, chances are they're not doing that. So I'm going to, after this reaction video, I'm going to go and look for clips of guys not doing that to prove that this is just...
And they wasting time, right? Now, you know that dig route's got a time behind it, that this quarterback's got to get you the ball. So when you come up...
Again, not necessary, because maybe you're not the primary receiver. Like, it is what it is. You could be option number 3 or 4. You could be option number 1, and then he just goes to somebody else, but nonsense.
To here, if you could take and stick that foot down, set a bow, and break and go, then you can keep it 5. But if you duck-footed and open and you open up here...
What is he talking about? Duck-footed and open?
And then you turn it into 7. Now that linebacker... He's just got to step right into that play.
Again, this guy looks like he's never touched a weight in his entire life. I know that shouldn't be the only thing that is a requirement to being a strength coach, but this is hard to watch for 1 minute and 17 seconds so far.
He can't step into the 5, but at 7 he could step in. So that's...
Why can't he make up 2 yards? What are you talking about? Chances are your linebacker's already at 5. And what are you talking about?
The foot placement is so important. So what should be getting done with all of these guys that do the field work and the route work and all of that stuff is they should be taking you to the break, to where the last break is, and start from there. And then if you want to break off of a straight foot, then you work a bow type shape.
What is he doing? I cannot wait to actually show this to you guys in post-production, but this, what on earth? This man looks like he's shaped like a pear. Like Mr. Potato Head body with...
We know that this is a safer landing, a straight foot, inside ankle bone high, bow set, head in the column, and we just working right here in that bow, back and forth.
So that's what you think they should be doing right now to get ready to get out of their cuts?
Heel up, and you work it. Then once you rep that out a bunch of times, then all you got to do is take a step back, and now you can go 1 foot bow, bring it back, balls of your feet, and it's 1 foot bow, and you could bring it back. And then you take...
Sure, I guess you're saying you started with the regressed version, then you're going to go into a progressed version, but like you're just trying to repurpose the cut and change in direction of a wide receiver's route, and then you're throwing these inside ankle bone high and bow and column words on top of it. But
take a couple of steps back and you work your way all the way from here to where now when you're releasing, now you done built a pattern of being on the balls of the foot. If you stay on the balls of the foot the whole time and you want to open this up a little bit to move him and then cut off the inside of him to get your dig route.
What? I mean, again, like, how on earth has people, like, how is this guy generating money and people giving him money to tell them how to do stuff? I just don't understand.
Now you're on the balls of the foot, you're not doing something unsafe at your release. Because you programmed it all the way.
Dude, how in the world are you telling me that what you've done when they change direction on their dig, going either right or left, is going to make what they do at their release different? Just ridiculous. What?
And you put so many reps in that it's going to be safe at the release too. And then when you get here, the only thing your nervous system's going to know is put that foot down into a bow and cut off.
Come on, man. You can't say that because we're talking about, I know you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training. But come on, you can't think that in a high-pressure situation with somebody pressing you and you can't say that it's just going to guaranteed happen. Like, things happen. People that have trained with your inside ankle bone high have gotten injured before. Like, stop.
That's why we work out. That's why we do things in repetition, is to create patterns. Unfortunately, we haven't done them to create safe patterns.
What?
All we've been trying to do is get open. So now,
let's not forget the fact that this dude's been talking for over 3 minutes, and these athletes are supposed to be training with him. So he's been talking and just rambling for 3 minutes while these poor kids are just like, can I please train, man?
And that's all it is. You taking. Now, if you're a DB, okay, then the DB, all he does is he works backwards, right?
Gosh,
he works the
darn
backdrop like this, back and forth, balls of the feet. He don't do, and then, but it's good for whoever. Because if you get.
What are you talking about? Because look, he almost, bro. So going back to our conversation with Ricky, and I can't post it or put in the show link, but like they're talking at GOATA about your butt back and your crown forward, and then, oh yeah, because you can be a DB that way. But bro, the minute you transition from backpedaling and turning, like the butt comes forward, the crown goes backwards, and he just did it coming. It is just, Ricky, what happened, man? How did they get you to do this?
Caught at the line and you want to take a step back and they pressing you and you want to step back and juke and then go, you still need to load a backdrop in that position. You don't want this.
My God.
You know what I'm saying?
How?
So working it.
I'm going to fast forward.
How? So y'all can play around
still talking. 4.5 minutes.
And see how it feels. So start at
4.5 minutes of just
you can
nonsense.
Get another call and bring it over here if you want.
Just nonsense.
Just set 2 of them up. And then, Zach, what you could do is you could work the backdrop like a DB. So it would be.
Oh, my God.
It would be, because you're going to start from, the DB's going to start from the break, right? He's going to start here, load it up, and then go. Now, one thing that AB taught me is you want to make sure that you're not picking up too high. You want to make sure that you load up, and then you stay low to the ground on that front step. And then what you do is you would come good back and forth, and then pick it up.
So like,
and work up and down a little.
Yeah, I'll again freeze it here for you guys to see this just nonsense, but sure.
Bit, right? And then add a up.
Oops.
So Black Lives Matter released their 990 IRS filing. They collected.
There we go.
No, they don't teach this
We're
at all.
6.5 minutes right now, and these kids have done nothing. Like,
it just looks aesthetically more pleasing.
What are you?
Too.
What looks aesthetically more pleasing?
And then that's what you're doing, is you're taking all of the training that we've been doing with GOATA and you're applying it to the work that you're doing.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Now we're doing something else here.
And then you yeah.
Oh my God.
And then you go out to the field a little repetition on the ball, because most guys are gonna.
How are people paying this guy money?
Push up, and we're gonna do access.
All right, so here's Rick. Come on, man. How did they get you?
From the standing position. First, remember, the feet shouldn't have to move. So when I find my columns, fist width distance apart, inside ankle bone high, I should be able to stand like that. I should be able to drop down into my squat like that. And then I should be able to go into my toe touch like that. And the foot just doesn't change. So that's the platform for the joystick to spin. What? The joystick is the legs, is the columns. The foot's the platform. So I want to keep my fist width distance apart. And I'm going to give you the counterbalance here. So we want to first find that beginning range of the movement. So I just kind of want to soften my knees and shoot my tail back. Remember, the foot is going to be eggshell heels. So I'm not in my heels. I feel like my heel is an eggshell. I don't want to crunch the eggshell. I should almost feel like I could slide a piece of filler paper between my heel and the floor. I'm very light there, and I'm heavy in that sort of...
This is crazy. What is he?
As best you can. Now, once you find a spot where something wants to buckle, something wants to compensate, you got to stop there. So as I'm going down, and I feel like, oh, my legs want to cave in, that's where I got to stay. As I'm going down, I feel like my tail wants to shoot forward. Okay, that's where I got to stay. As I'm going down, I feel like my foot wants to give, wants to turn out. Okay, that's where I got to stay. So you might find that your working range, much like when you were doing a rocker, maybe your early working range is just here.
Oh my gosh.
That's no different than in your access squat.
Man, I tried. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Yeah, so this was the reaction. I'll keep working on this in post-production so you guys can see what I was talking about. I will link the videos in here. I just don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me. If you understand it, maybe, but there's no way that this is actual strength and conditioning. There's no way you can apply actual principles and I guess you could say the said principles, specific adaptation to imposed demands, their foot, prepping muscles, tendons, ligaments for the deep hip, knee, ankle flexion that they may occur in sport, but just, I don't get it. Anybody that does it, maybe you feel better because you've been training for a while and now you get a load off of you and it's like doing yoga, but yeah, man, not for me. Don't understand it. So yeah, we're just going to let it be. We're going to agree to disagree on this, and yeah, let it.